no weather warning couldn't stop me reviewing movies.
That the movie guy. Okay.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
So I've survived the storm and I'm back home. I actually went to see Red Sparrow today, which is Francis Lawrence's latest film, and it also stars Jennifer Lawrence. Yes, I know they're not related, but ha ha ha, people make jokes about it anyway. And again, ha ha ha, people are saying, oh my god, this is like a Black Widow movie, which is not a Black Widow movie. Oh my god, I don't care. So anyway, Red Sparrow, a film that David Fincher and Rooney Mara originally were meant to make a few years ago, but they backed out, and a book that actually got sold even before it even got published, which again is very interesting. A brief synopsis for the film: it follows the story of prima ballerina Dominika Egrova, played by Jennifer Lawrence. She basically breaks her leg during a performance at the Bolshoi, and she faces a very bleak future until her uncle, who is pretty high up in the Russian spy industry, gets her onto a Sparrow program, which she basically uses her body to seduce and her mind to seduct and take any information she needs for the motherland. And she basically meets an American operative who she has to basically get information about a potential mole, and they fall in love, and yeah, that's kind of it. Watch the trailer. This film attempted to be a Paul Verhoeven film. If you don't know who Paul Verhoeven is, he is the king of making seductive films in a very thrillerish way. And for me, it felt like that in some weird ways, but it just doesn't execute it to a Verhoeven level. And I love a good Paul Verhoeven movie, especially Showgirls. It's amazing. And that is one thing that Red Sparrow tries to be, but it just can't. It can't do it. For 140 odd minutes, it actually caught my attention. I was intrigued. I was trying to figure out who the mole was, but I kind of figured out who the mole was from the beginning because they're not in the film that much, but you kind of figure out eventually who he is, or she. He or she. No, see, I didn't tell you. And I thought it was intriguing, but it wasn't like a Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with like beautiful, nourishing layers of just amazingness. It was just okay, and I was entertained. This is going to be a very divisive film, no doubt. People are saying that it's very similar to the issues that A Cure for Wellness had. It's just going to be either you like it or you hate it. For me, I actually kind of liked it. Not like to the extent that I'm going to watch this movie like anytime soon again, but I actually really enjoyed the film for what it was. It was, you know, kind of different for March. For the cinematography, I think Francis Lawrence actually brought a very nice look. It was very clean, very polished. I do feel like he did kind of steal a few shots from Girl from Dragon Tattoo, Fincher's version, especially when the gate is opening up and Jennifer Lawrence is going to the school to start her training, and when she's on the motorbike leaving in an instant, they just look like shots from Dragon Tattoo, so I felt it was kind of a rip-off of that. As for the main two cast, Jennifer Lawrence, I think that she gave a very good performance, very strong. I really liked her in this film. She was very convincing as a seductress. She was very good as a spy, I thought. And I really like that she's challenging herself mentally and physically, really, in her roles at the moment, especially coming off the back of Mother, which obviously I think is a far better film. But I feel like she's going out of her way to making interesting films right now. And with Joel Edgerton, I thought he was decent. I think he's done better films, but I just didn't feel much of a chemistry between the two of them. They were okay as a couple. Didn't feel very natural to me, but it was a good, decent performance by him. But Lawrence really does carry this film a lot, obviously, because she is the main character. But I really just enjoyed watching Lawrence's performance. It was very interesting, especially when it came to very difficult scenes involving nudity and really gory violence sometimes, like the last. Big shout out to Matthias Schoenaerts. I actually thought him playing Jennifer Lawrence's uncle in the film, I thought he was really good. It's kind of funny how much he looked like Vladimir Putin, but I thought that he was a very good character in this film, and I do like him as an actor in general. Sorry, Charlotte Rampling. I really enjoyed the scenes between Lawrence and Rampling when they're in the training school. Very tense scenes and very uncomfortable scenery, but good work. I would say on the negatives though, I just found it a bit lax, especially the plot. It's a bit thin. It unravels a lot more at the back end, and you kind of wish there was a few more layers to the story, especially if you're making a thriller spy film. Expect a lot more depth to the tale, and you just don't really have it. But it's a very clever ending. I really liked the ending, but the build-up to the ending was just not so great. As for the heavy nudity, the sexual violence, watch 120 Days of Salò by Pier Paolo Pasolini and then come back to me, because that is violent. As violent as films have been in the past or current. There is a lot worse films that I have seen, but they are very disturbing sceneries, and if it's not your bag, then don't go watch this film. It's out in UK cinemas this weekend, and if you can go, because the storm's not really affecting you, please go. And if not, stay at home, watch some TV. Have you seen Red Sparrow? Let me know. Comment on the bottom, please. And if you actually like it, if you hate it, I would be very intrigued to know. Anyway, all I can say now is diolch, danko, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato. All the thank yous, diolch. Don't forget, I do actually go out in storms to go watch movies to review to you, my subscribers, and the internet. Peace.